You're not tuned to the JOCTOBER podcast, one of the hottest, newest podcasts on the market. Make sure you subscribe and hit the link below. Before we move forward, I got my boy D-Jack in here. It's my boy. 10 year locked in. What's up with you, brother? What you got going on?
Shit, man. It's regular. Trying to get to it, man.
Yes, sir.
Trying to get to it.
Do it. Oh, I'm already know. What bring you out to LA and shit?
I got family out here, but this is a little place I like to relax. Tapped in. Got some people out here, so just be pulling up.
Bro,
it's rainy in Seattle right now, man.
Rainy.
It ain't rainy out here right now.
Look, I'm glad you said that. Speak a little bit about from Seattle, because I met you in Chico at Butte, 2015.
Yeah.
It's a little minute. How all that going? Get back home, shit.
Seattle, regular shit. Seattle, man. Just living life. It was cool to get back after all school shit, go back to the crib, really, just see all my people, be with my people again, kind of get shit going back in motion with that. Ended up doing a little shoe shit. Once I ended up moving back there, that's really good. It started, I always, you already know me, I always fucking kick, so just moved.
Hey, man, got some cold kicks, my boy.
I always fucking kick, so when I moved back to the crib, started doing that shit. And, started branching off, networking. I'm just moving around trying to put it together.
Look, I sure want to talk about the kicks. You started there. How was that process? When you first started, what made you want to start doing the kick game and everything?
Really, once I moved back, we didn't play football and did all that shit our whole life, so I ain't really had a real job. Just football. They take your whole time. Every day, practice, school. You got to do all that shit. So I never worked. So I moved back. I ended up working a little 9 to 5 and shit. I realized that wasn't for me. I'm like, I'm definitely not no 9 to 5. I'm not working, breaking my back for,
company that ain't trying to.
They don't care about people. So that made me realize I'm trying to work for myself. I need to get something going for myself. It's over for working, the other man's dream. I'm trying to do my shit.
Exactly.
Did that, but that really, I already kind of had ties in the shoe game because I used to do little Facebook groups when I was in high school. Niggas would just try to get just try to get my shoe collection better. I'll just be meeting people, trading shit, just trying to get my kicks better, go to shoe conventions and all that. So I kind of already was in it a little bit. So I knew a couple people, and then really I just followed a couple people that was really in the shoe game like that. Followed them, kind of watched how they did it. Just put my own little shit out there, grabbed a couple, 3, 4 kicks, and then just started it that way. Started selling some of my kicks out of my shit.
You did have a hell of a shoe when I first met you.
I started selling just some of my kicks that I don't really wear like that, and just try to get it going. But to start that shit off to where it is now, and where it first started, it's footwork. It's footwork. You gotta network. You gotta get out. You really gotta get out, meet people, talk to people, really chop it up, and get relationships with people. So they want to shop with you. They want to come back. They want to. Nobody just wants to just. They want to have a relationship with somebody that, feel comfortable. Pull up, I can hit you anytime if I want for some kicks or shit, whatever, chop it up, whatever. I'm trying to network.
Exactly.
Networking is everything. That's what really made me realize, just doing this shit, networking, everything.
No, in fact, how was that the process, meeting people? I know some people, you got to get out to a comfortable zone.
No, yeah, it's just Instagram, really. Instagram, is a big thing. I realized just tagging people and, reposting people's stuff, you get their whole following. If you repost something and they repost it, then all their, whatever, how many followers, 3,000, 5,000 followers, they see, they got some shoes from that, and then they're going to click on them, It's just meeting people like that and just not being scared to, be like, can I take a picture of you with the shoes? Right. And then, because just little stuff like that takes you a long way. And then just being professional about everything. You also, I feel like some people, if you're going to do it, at least do it the right way. Be professional about everything. You can still be yourself at the end of the day. I'm not, but if you looked at my page or something like that, you wouldn't really realize that it's just if you knew me, you wouldn't think that's me really posting the pictures. Yeah. I'm taking all the pictures myself. I'm doing all that. But you gotta, kind of like I said, step out. We was already talking about it. You gotta step out your comfort zone, make videos that you're not used to. I usually don't talk to nobody unless I'm really spoken to. But at the if I'm selling shoes, I like your shoes. Where'd you, just take my card. Just little stuff I had to step out my comfort zone just to keep shit going, get it going. But it helped me as a person though, in general though. Just,
how got you feeling now, as a person? You be able to network more?
Yeah, I feel like I could really chop it up and just figure it out like with any, just anybody. I feel like I can, if there's a topic or if there's a subject with stuff, like I'm just not scared to ask questions. I'll take all information in too. That's what some people be too. They have too much pride. You got to take all it. Even if you think, just let them, if they're trying to give you some info, they're trying to help you out, just at least listen to it. At least, give it and entertain it. If it doesn't work for you, it don't work for you. But at least you tried, and then, you're trying to soak it. I try to soak everything up, soak up all game I can. Right. I'm never too good for any type of info. I need it all.
In fact, I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people be scared to try something new. They'll do something and give up if shit don't go the way,
Every greatness don't happen like in one night, one day. You already know how that go. That practices, we was out there every day. We was we had the ladder in the house. You remember we put the ladder in the crib, doing the ladder, throwing the ball, doing all that. We was out there every day, right after practice. Go hit the ladder.
Right at Chico State.
Right there.
Go
do some extra shit just because you gotta, if you're really grinding and if you really want something, you gotta go get it, no matter what it is in life. Really, football, that's one thing too. Football be translated. I didn't realize it, but football translates to hella shit.
Bro.
Because if I didn't play football, I feel like I'd be a whole different person in general. Like just discipline wise and just being like on time to shit. Like I still be late and shit, but like football used to have to be on time. You have to wake up every day. You got to be on your shit, or else you're not playing, or you're like. Then once the coach thinks of you as something, and then it's basically bad. Oh, you come late to practice. Oh, that shit. You're not gonna see the field. That's cool.
Especially if you remember that bus to come get us at 7 o'clock.
Hey, you run into the bus stop. Run into the bus stop trying to get there.
Look, I'd be late a couple times. Look at that, 6:58.
And then at Butte, they were so serious too. They'd be doing the classroom checks and all that.
That's just like, I'm like, you doing classroom checks? This is
they really tried to. It was JUCO. They tried to treat it like a university program. Yeah, they definitely tried. But I mean, that's what you want. Yeah. But
you got us right though.
They for sure. Because like some of the shit that we was doing at Butte, like when I got to the university level, we was kind of doing shit like that. Some of the same similar stuff. But when I was I don't know about Mesa, but when I was at St. Anna, like I don't know. I feel like low-key I was kind of not the coach, but like I had to learn everything by myself. Right. Like I was the one teaching the other receivers these, releases and how to run this and break this down. And then, I feel like I never really got coaching until I got to that D1, like real coaching to the D1 level. And then I'm like, oh, there's hella shit that I need to be fixed type shit. But it's, I don't know, where I went to, like Middleton,
how was that process up there?
Nah, it was cool. It was an experience for sure. Yeah. That was like, I'm happy that happened, and it gave me a lot of life lessons. And in the long run, like really, that shit taught me nobody feels bad for you at the end of the day too. Just like no matter what you're going through in life, whatever, nobody cares. That's the next man up. Next man up. The next day is here, and the world's gonna forget about you. So that shit, that made me realize that, because not playing this shit out. I'd have been a star, like, growing up my whole life. I'd have been a star. So, like, and then just even JUCO, college, like, high school, I'm like, okay, get there. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm sitting on the side. I'm like,
what's going on?
I'm like, this ain't it. But, man, it taught me, I got down on myself, and it taught me, you really can't control whatever's happening. You can't control it. And then if you get down on yourself, it makes it a lot worse. Way worse. I dropped one ball. I got mad. Next day, I'm third string. And then I was mad. I'm like, third string.
One pass.
I'm like, third string. Well, I had like a bad day, dropped a couple, whatever. Yeah. Then come back next day, I'm third string. And then I'm beefing, I'm like, third string. I'm not third. Then I'm mad at that. Have another bad day. Come back. Scout team, practice team.
See that.
I said, bro, the very first game I ever went to, it was an experience though. I'm happy all that happened. I got a degree, free degree, all that. Played against Georgia, Michigan.
How was that? Like the senior.
That was like that was like I'm here. I'd have made it. You know, I'm looking around 100,000.
Yeah.
Bulldog coming out 100,000. I'm like, oh yeah.
Cause y'all play at their stadium. Right?
That's the one thing too. All the game when I was there, most of the big games was at the away stadium. So I played at Georgia, Michigan, in Ann Arbor, Michigan. In first game of the season, that was lit.
Hey,
those two, Michigan and Georgia, was probably the best. But I played at Kentucky, Iowa State. Iowa State had the little children's hospital. You wave up to them at halftime, stuff like that. Iowa State, where else we play? Played at a lot of schools. That's why I said
Mm-hmm.
just the experience and doing all that, it helped me. I'm happy I did that. I never thought I would ever live in Tennessee. Living in Seattle my whole life to moving to Cali. I'm a West Coast. I've been on the West Coast, and the West Coast is totally different than the West Coast is totally different than everywhere else.
Look, I always thought you was gonna move back to Cali too. Been up here for a minute.
Yeah. All my people's in Seattle for the most part right now. So we'll see, man. LA is like a second home, That's why I be out here. I got family and stuff out here too.
Yeah.
Went to school, playing football. Went to Santa Ana out here, so I got people tapped in out there.
How was living those 2 years at Tennessee? How was it different from being back home, Seattle?
Tennessee is just different. The South is different, 100% different. The South,
food,
how people act, just people. You can just tell. I used to go. I remember going to parties and stuff. People you're not. I can just tell you're not. I ain't said a word to them. Yeah. I can just tell you're not from here. Just because people dress different, people act different, people's haircuts is different. Yeah. Just literally everything. Yeah. People's different. People dress different, talk different, and then. Kind of on the West Coast, we talk more proper than everybody else. So once you talk, they're automatically oh, you're, and saying you're from Seattle, nobody really knows. Nobody really knows about Seattle like that because we're in the top corner. Nobody, if you ain't ever been there, you ain't know.
Bro, I gotta go to Seattle, bro.
Nah, for sure. You gotta saw
that snow though. I remember last year you told me that snowstorm was down there.
Nah, in the summer, June to about August, September. That's the time to go.
Time to go.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
There's not too much to do when it's raining and all that. I like Seattle though. It's always gonna be home for sure.
How the food is up there.
Yeah, stuff that you can't get other places like teriyaki, fire teriyaki. I think that's where teriyaki kind of started. I'm pretty sure that's where it started. We got a lot of California does too, but we got a lot of different cultures and stuff too. Though we got a lot of just different races and literally anything you can think of. There's probably a community in Seattle that a lot of Tennessee it was either white or black people. Stuff like that. So it was just seeing the different parts of the world. I didn't been to Kentucky, just places in my growing up, I never would have thought I was even touching footage. And I lived in Tennessee for 2 years. So that was that's crazy to me thinking about it that I actually lived up there for 2.5 years.
2.5?
Yeah, I was going to Nashville. It was school was 45 minutes from Nashville. That shit. We was going to Nashville on the weekends. At first when I moved up there though, I didn't think there was no nightlife or nothing like that. I thought it was just I went on a visit. It was solid. The school was nice, but we was at JUCOs. Anything really, at that level, anything is this.
Especially at JUCO,
bro. In Santa Ana, I don't know, Mesa, bro. Santa Ana, it was not bad, but we didn't get nothing. We got a pair of shorts and a shirt.
That's about the same. Yeah. Got a shirt, pair of shorts. Spirit package was lame.
Yeah, they wasn't doing none of that. But I always mess with wherever I went. I'm always messing with my people though. Wherever I'm gonna show my little respect to them. But long road, JUCO, long road. Figured it out at the end, but it was
long.
You already know, especially just transferring JUCOs. That's something.
How was that? Because I know a lot of people they going from different schools, still keeping that mindset, trying to stay active and positive.
Really, you just gotta be focused. Especially being on yourself, being by my self. I'm out here. I'm from Seattle, so I got family out here, but basically I was by myself for the most part. Yeah. And then in Tennessee, really, I didn't have no.
You didn't have nobody.
I'm 5-hour flight away from. That's the closest.
5-hour flight.
It was 4.5, 5-hour flight from Tennessee to Seattle.
See, that was
and I was taking that anytime I could, really, because. But I remember when I first moved to Tennessee, I didn't come home until I didn't leave Tennessee for like a year. Mm-hmm. I was out there because I was trying to. I was just trying to get in the rotation, work out, trying to get right for that shit. That was like the best. Like that was the best shape of my life, though, for sure.
No, you look good. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
It was just that, like the program, the meal program and stuff, and just like the little. You get like 500 or something for the little meals.
Oh,
but we had Chick-fil-A, Subway, Panda Express.
On campus?
On campus. That's all on campus. But we get 500 plus. No, we get 500 plus another 500 meals, and the meal counts as like $12. So you basically got like 1,500 to swipe at Chick-fil-A.
You was there all the time.
Look,
I remember doing you was at Chick-fil-A all the time.
I'm talking about, hey, if there's a long ass line, it's to the point where I'm telling, hey, I'll pay for your meal. Let me just cut you.
Yeah.
Just because I wasn't, we got class and just other shit. Like, but I had so much bread on there. You literally give whatever you want. I'll cut it if you let me cut you. People are like, what? I'm like, yo.
Especially at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Like, just bring that up real quick. I need to get out of here. I don't feel like doing this today.
No, fact. I still didn't have that shit.
I can only imagine, like, Alabama's and,
Georgia, Mississippi.
Like the big, because Middle 10, that's like it's a solid little program, Yeah. It's still like it's a full D because they're in the Conference USA, so that's like Marshall. That's what Marshall, FAU, schools like that.
Yeah.
So they're in a good conference, but like Power 5, like anything, I could,
Power 5.
Like life is. Just coming from JUCO, maybe I look at it different because I came from JUCO, but that life is touch. It's nice.
Hey, I'm glad you said because like when I had switched from JUCO, I went to Mesa. I feel like I was at a university though. Bro.
At Mesa?
Yeah.
Mesa was nice.
Yeah, Mesa was lit.
Yeah. Especially just you're talking about off campus or
off campus.
Off campus, yeah, because basically you was
I was right there by San Diego State. I was lit, bro.
You was basically. Yeah, he was with the San Diego State people.
Man,
not gonna lie, those apartments might have been some of the most lit apartments.
I mean, you came down there.
Those apartments might have been some of the most lit apartments.
Like a little resort.
It was like this is where you guys live. Like like every day. Jump pool is purple and some crazy. I remember being like, bro, what the fuck? The pool is purple, bro.
They painted the pool purple.
They were doing blue. Like they would switch it up.
They switched to the green.
Yep.
That was crazy. My mom would be saying, I'm trying to smoke that cup party with y'all. She was staying
Yes. Everybody was. Dago was going
up. It was a fab too.
Dago was going up. It's chill. I like Dago. I done been out there. Like I didn't flew out there a couple times. I done took a couple trips just out there. Or if I got nothing to do, sometimes if I'm out here, I'll drive out there.
They kick your feet back, shit.
Yeah, that's some more chill. That's some more chill. Not like I feel like LA be, just dirty. Like downtowns and stuff be dirty, for the most part. San Diego really it ain't dirty like that.
It ain't. I like San Diego better because LA overrated to me, bro.
No, yeah, for sure.
It's overrated, bro.
It'd be politics in that too.
Especially party promoters be killing me. Like you want to get a table at a club somewhere, they be trying to get over.
Yeah, the numbers be ridiculous.
Look. You told the other man this number. You telling me something different.
You already know it.
And everybody want to beat somebody up there.
Yeah, I ain't game goofy.
Hey, you should say, hey, goofy.
I already know what you're on.
Which, when you get older, like, what you thought about moving to? Like, you settle down and everything.
Man, I really don't even know. I've been trying to, just because Seattle is so high, like, it's always going to be on. I'm probably going to at least have some type of, house or have my mom keep her house out there or something like that, just so I can always at least have something out there. Yeah. But I don't know. I like living in LA. It's basically the same price as Seattle.
I was about to say, the market went up crazy.
Might as well make a little move out there.
Might as well,
the sun, right here, it's rain, like it's raining bad right now. It's great.
I was say the rain.
Bad. So even this is nice. I'm
the way your clay cakes over.
I can't wear these in the town right now.
You can't.
I can't bring these out.
Yeah, I got a couple shoes off you, folks. I got about 4 or 5 pairs of it. Grab some more though.
Yeah, through the mill. Yeah,
yes, look, they come empty.
It's
card
about 2-3 days.
2-3 days.
I need to get some more cards, man.
I ain't gonna lie. That first day, I'm like, it's gonna probably take like a week for me to get these shoes.
Yeah, hey, I
went to the crowd and said, they can't. I said, we lit.
Yeah, I be doing, because because I be shipping a lot of shoes, so I do this. I got this little label thing, and it be giving like reduced label, like reduced because I do a prepaid label. Like when instead of going there, you can prepay for it. Print out the little shit, and then just send it off. So when I go to the post office, I'm basically just dropping it off. I'm not, I'm not going paying. Oh, they're weighing it. Nah, I already tell them to wait. I tell them where it's going, do all that, and then I print it out, put it on the go.
Oh, that's smooth.
2 or 3 days. But most of the time I do it as priority. It's like 2 years. So
that costs you more to do it.
A little. It all depends. If it's like Cali, it's not. That's easy. But like once it starts going to say wherever the South, Tennessee, places over there, that's when it starts getting a little bit up there. But for the most part, I'd be trying to split like shipping with depending on the price, depending on like the profit margin and stuff like that. I'll try to split. I'm a people's person, but especially that's what I had to realize with like selling shoes. You want to, at the end of the day, you always trying to do good business. Right. You don't want nobody trying to say, well, he tried to get me out of this, he tried to get me out of that. Oh, he hit me over the head for these shoes, whatever. Nah, that's not. I'd rather just make a little $20-$30 if that's what I have to make at the end of the day. If that's what you want, keep it pushing, and hopefully next time you come shop with me again,
I seen when you first started, you just keep elevating.
I remember thinking like I had like a stack of shoes, just one stack of shoes. I stacked them in one row, and it was like probably like 20, 18 pairs or something like that. And it was from my first shoe event. I remember thinking like it was so many. I'm like, I remember I still got the picture. Taking a picture. I'm like, it's stacked to the ceiling. And then like a year later, whole row, I got, like it turned to like 50, 60 pairs that, just sitting. This ain't even the pairs that I really, just getting on the daily. These are just the ones that are just sitting strictly. So looking back on it, I always randomly would go back, look at the picture. It's like, oh, I thought that was so many,
shoes. When I first met him, like, bro, how you get all these shoes in your road?
No, because I used to be going to little sneaker conventions, but it wasn't. I never did it for profit or never did it for money. It was just for to get more shoes. I was trying to get. I remember I literally used to spend my last, like in high school.
I think you told me that.
Looking back, I don't know why. I'm literally putting together any ones. I'm like, I'll be ready Friday. I'm trying to put it all together. $5 short. Can you?
You mess with me.
I'm like, I was trying to. All for some shoes. But in high school, you don't got to really pay for nothing, stuff like that. You're just young, thinking about you want all the newest stuff, the best stuff.
And pops there.
Yeah.
They paying for it. I already know how that goes. How was it like with the process, like basically where most of your clientele at? I know you got Cali.
Definitely Seattle. I still, like for the most part, if I'm shipping out of state, it's people that I know for like, or I've met before, or I got a relationship with before. But that's what I'm trying to figure out with, reach more clientele that I don't know out of state. I'm trying to ship more packages. I started selling shoes through GOAT too. That's another I started like stuff that I had to send. The market was cool, and I was sending it to GOAT. I sell it through there. Like
you seen they try to say GOAT stuff was fake?
Bro. I think they was talking about StockX. StockX on there. I haven't really done too much with StockX, but GOAT, they authenticate everything. Basically, I posted that I got this for the lowest. I got to do the lowest price. I put like $1 under the lowest price. And if somebody clicks on the shit, buys it, they send me the notification. I'm like, confirm it, whatever. I package it up. They send me the label I was talking about. I said the label. They send me one of those so I don't have to pay for it. I just slap it on there, box them up, send them to them. They authenticate them, make sure everything's good, and then they send them to whoever bought them.
Oh, that's cool. That's good business.
But they drop. Once they authenticate them, they drop the bread off. Once they goes through them, that's when they drop the bread. But GOAT for sure, they authenticate. They be on shit too, because like I be having little corners of boxes messed up or something. Like the boxes messed up, the box damage. Like they're on little shit. They'll try to take like 10% off. I'm like, no, send those back to me. So,
like they getting like that now.
Box damage. I'm like tripping.
It'd be their fault or be your fault?
Nah, it'd be like just think when you get a shoe. When you get a shoe from a store, Foot Locker, that box sometimes might be messed up. You never like it, you don't always get that perfect box, and then it messes up. Like the box, it doesn't really. I can see why, but the box does add more value to the shoe. Like if you had the original box with the shoe, it adds more value than if you just had the shoes with no box.
Yeah, I remember that box you should with the old shoes. Those I got from. I think it was a Rails. That box was clean. I said, yes. I kept the box.
Yeah.
Okay, what the frame? I'm like, it's a good box right there.
The boxes. But like just like reselling wise, really, if you're just like a consumer and you're just wearing the shoes, box, it don't matter. Like unless you want to keep the box, it don't really matter. But if you're like reselling and stuff like that, box resellers know that box be matter. Like I hate getting a messed up box from the finish line or something like that. But it is what it is. I'll take like a little $10. Like I said, I'm a people's person, so exactly. I'm gonna try to take out, work with you just in case,
Exactly. Keep it going.
Yeah.
That's so business been cool with that too, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I'd rather make a fast little nickel than a slow dime. You feel me? That's what I be thinking about it. People be tripping over $20-$30 when it's not that serious. I'd rather just I'd rather make my little whatever if you want it and then come
Think
back
about
and make
the long game.
Yeah, the long game. That's really what it is. You gotta have real relationships with people to really, if you want to get locked in, if you want to have a connect and be tapped in with the right people, you can't be doing weird business or, you gotta really build relationships. Nobody's just that's like something meeting somebody and they're asking you about doing like, what do you got to do going? And everybody's like, I'm not talking to you about what, I'm not going to tell you what I got really going behind. You might see whatever you see me at. If you see me at work or something, you see me, but you don't really know what I got actually going. Right. But once you build the connection, this person's into this and that, you never even knew the whole time. But since you built the actual relationship with him, that's why he's willing, or whoever he or she willing to help you, Right. But people don't be thinking like a lot of people don't think like that.
They think short-minded. Bro. I'm glad you said
people be too selfish nowadays. There's too much money to go around. Too much money to go around for everybody. People be hating in general.
Have you like some of the people you done ran into? Like have you met people that try to help you or like?
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of people, especially just like my bros and everybody like at the crib. Like when I first started selling shoes, it was to all like my best friends, like the people I grew up to. Like that was a lot of my first clients. They're posting me, shouting me out. Like there was really, and then just being like I just met my brother. I seen him at the other day at the gas station. He's promoting, like they all promote me more than
that's what's up though. No.
They be promoting me if they see anybody with shoes. Oh yeah, my bro Jack. He said, like you said, the one, But that's just because, I'm good people. I try to do good, so some of course, and people know that. So of course, like people have no problem with saying, go to him for whatever because they then themselves have grabbed. Like all my friends have grabbed at least like 10. And you live out of state, you didn't grab. So just the friends that I got in state, they didn't grab. They just showed me the more support out of everybody in my family. Like Mom Duke, she did everything. Like
say Mom Dukes and hold it down. Cause I showed you do like a few pop-up shops up there.
Yep, doing the pop. I like doing pop-ups because that's, like I said, the network, and that's where a lot of the meeting new people, meeting people that I don't know, meeting people in just different areas because they be at different areas. So I meet a lot of people there, just connect with a lot of, I like handing my card out. If I come with a certain, like 100 cards, I try to give all the cards. I don't, just take one, give a couple to your friends, just try to network.
That logo hard too.
You can't be. Yeah, it really came from a picture that I took, and I had somebody cook it up on the little anime. So,
that logo hard.
I was trying to for the longest. I remember like when I first started all this shoe shit too. I was just not scared of what people would think, but I was like, I thought people wouldn't take me serious, but really it's just how you approach it. If you take yourself serious and if you like I said, I've always tried to be professional too. I've always just if you look at my page too, just when I first started, like just the picture taking and the stuff like that. Like I try to switch it up. I try to really, I pay attention to a lot of details. And when I post shoes, it's just like, I don't know. I try to always do the stuff the same way, or if I'm switching it up, I want to switch it up on purpose. I'm not posting a pair of shoes like here and then posting a pair of shoes somewhere else. I try to always have the same backgrounds. I always try to do the same stuff unless it's like a theme pick, like how I did with the little Halloween, just try to switch it up, stuff like that.
That's crazy.
But if it's not, when I'm posting shoes, I always try to post it in the same font, same stuff. Like I just have I try to pay attention to the little details that I feel like go a longer way type shit.
That's crazy. Cause you was telling me that you was recording all, taking the picture. I'm thinking you had somebody do that.
No, yeah.
So I salute to you for that one, bro.
And it's all off the iPhone, like regular, like stuff like that.
Are you using no camera?
No, that iPhone. That makes me want to go get a camera though, just because But I took I took a little class in high school.
Oh, you took in high school?
I took a class in high school, and it was called Visual Communications, and we didn't make like he taught us how to do Photoshop. He taught us how to print shirts. I be printing my own. Like I made shirts.
I seen that. Yeah, I gotta get a couple of them shirts.
I printed all those. Like I do all that. I designed them, printed them, got the shirts. I did all that.
You got a print machine out here?
I got I got the press with the Cricut, and it cuts out all the logos. I did all that shit myself.
Oh, yeah, you got something going on.
So I just be trying to branch off in a different, just
stuff keeps.
And then it's just something for everybody. Everybody can, not everybody wears Jordans, not everybody wears real sneakers. So just for somebody that's trying to support or something, get a shirt, stuff like that. I'm really I want to figure out more with that, like a little clothing brand or something. Because really, that's just like what I was just making a little merch for like pop ups and stuff like that. Yeah. A lot like my bro, it feels good to randomly just see people like wearing the shirts.
Because I see, I'm like, bro got some shirts out too.
I did all that. Like I be having people help me and stuff, but the design and all that, like putting it together, and I'm not gonna lie, I try not to like if I'm on somebody's time, of course I'm about to be there, but for some reason I always end up doing stuff like night before or stuff like that. So night before, like when I first did, I remember I'm banging out trying to bang out like 50, 60 shirts. Staying up till like 8 in the morning. I got to pop up 2-3 hours later. I'm like, let me go to sleep for a couple hours, wake up and go do
dedicated
it. The pop-ups was my favorite thing really to do though, because I just meet a lot of people. Meet a lot of people for sure.
Get a lot of people to buy shoes that day too.
Yeah, a lot of people buy shoes for sure, but. Yeah, the money's always nice for sure. Yeah, that's why really any pop up I can do, I'm gonna say no unless there's unless I can't make it, or if there's certain I know because there'd be fees too. You got to pay that.
Actually, I didn't know you got to pay.
Yeah, you got to pay for depending on what type of space. If there's every event's different. There's conventions. I go to I show up to shoe conventions, stuff like that, and then there's I have a little couple people that have clothing brands and stuff like that. We do pop up together. It's 4 or 5 brands. We do a little pop up in our own little spot, and that's more like my people. My friends, my friends, their family. Everybody pulling up. It's a little bit tighter knit. Anybody can pull up still, but it's a little more people that kind of kicking and chopping it up. Just chilling with the family. Just trying to support people, just trying to support businesses and stuff like that. But. Yeah, I got one coming up this next. We got one coming up soon. So if anybody in Seattle,
we got one coming up.
It's in Seattle. It's on. It's sometime November 20th. Sometime I want to say the 26th, but I'm not exactly sure.
It's shoes before Christmas, man.
Yeah, November 26th. If you're in Seattle, pull up, man. Jackpot Kicks is on Instagram. I'll keep you guys updated on there.
Yes, so you maybe want to go to Seattle. I'm for the grab shoes before Christmas.
Yeah, I got you for sure. Yeah, Seattle. I would say Seattle's definitely a place everybody should at least try to go to at least once.
Yeah, I got.
You can go in the winter. It's going to be a different experience than the summer. The rain. Yeah, especially living in Cali. I know your ass like. I know your ass love Cali.
It rained like twice.
Hey, once you move to Cali, your ass ain't been back since.
I ain't been back since. Like, I don't blame you.
Hey, it's the life. It's the life, and that's why we was just talking about especially just where we're at right now.
Yeah, you came along.
It's nice to not have to look over your shoulder and who's that.
Especially back home we come from. You know how it is. You gotta
move different. You gotta move different. Still, just being on. You gotta be on
point. You gotta play offense and defense.
100%.
This is crazy that you got to live like that, but
that's what it is.
Keep us locked in and focused too.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Like you said, people can tell they ain't from here.
Yeah.
They're like, y'all from somewhere else.
Yeah. You're right. Even out here, you can tell. You can tell people aren't. Every place got their own own little shit that you know,
Yeah.
your little accent or something, how people dress or what people, certain words people say. Like I remember, I always remember it's just decent. I remember Chicago niggas. Oh, you especially. I remember you always saying that shit, bro. And then there's a little gas station worker. I forgot what she had said. Something. She was like, "Oh yeah, it's decent. It's decent." I said, "Oh, you gotta be from Chicago."
That's the word.
She said, "Yeah." How'd you know? I said that decent. That decent. Just that little word. I'm like, regular people don't say that like
they
that.
They don't though, especially up there. They be like, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, but
like decent for you guys is something different than us.
Different than us, yeah.
Because decent, it was like it's decent. Like it's not, like that's not good.
Good, yeah.
Like, you know, it's solid. It's like, that's decent.
Yeah, it's like,
for you guys, decent. Oh yeah, that's decent as hell.
Like, it's decent. Like, that's nice.
That's decent as hell, G. That's decent as hell, G.
Hey, this man crazy, bro.
That was one of the most funny things. Like, that's why I like JUCO and just playing. That's one thing I miss about football and shit. Just being around, you know, bro. Just being. Everybody's from different places, but you guys all, you know, you lock in, you guys figure it out, you grind it, whatever. You might not know his name, but you know by the end of the season or whatever, you're going, that's my bro. We didn't grind it, we didn't battle, we didn't, we did all that
to
together.
Them parties, we didn't roll to fight together.
I mean, shit, we didn't. You know, that shit we didn't locked in for life.
For life. When I first met you, we was locked in.
I still got pictures on my phone. I was at parties looking young as hell.
Yeah, you ain't chat.
You remember we used to be having the sponges. The sponges, we would be having the sponges.
I used to like, yo, let me see your sponge. Because you had a cold sponge. You had like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, after the sponges, that shit's hella funny.
Hey, boy, that's crazy you say that. We used to have the short soles, the sponge, the little pig.
Thinking we was out there just because that shit's hella funny looking back on it.
Looking at Chico. It ain't even the same up there no more.
Oh, nah. That was something I ain't never. That Chico was crazy.
What you could say, like, the best experience you had in Chico that we had up there?
It was too lit. It was just like I don't even know.
The parties
was crazy. And you was out there for longer than me, but it was for that. Every weekend from Thursday to Sunday, and especially once niggas found out it was a playing that. Once I found out I was a player that year, oh yeah,
I see how Frank.
Yeah, and then I was grade shirt, so I only had 2 classes that week.
Oh yeah,
I only had 2. So I'm like, but I remember I used to, once they kicked me off, I went to the field every day. Once they was practicing, once you niggas was practice, I'm like, I'm in practice,
and then Craig and pull up.
Yeah,
remember that.
And then I remember going, what was them dorms? What was them dorms called?
Craig Hall?
Craig Hall.
Yo, bro.
Pull up to the dorms, I'll go hit their weight room real quick. Yeah. Because there wasn't no other
weight room. At Westlake.
Looking back on it, that JUCO, that JUCO is different. It's different.
From a boy to a man.
Literally. Different on your own. Figure it out. You gotta put it together.
You feel me?
If you're not producing, you're whatever, another person.
Next person. And then we had 100 people.
Hey, that was beautiful. They was really recruiting. Like they had people they had barely anybody from out there.
California.
Once you go to JUCOs, a lot of the time, unless they're big programs, a lot of times it's going local people.
Local, yeah. I noticed that too.
Local people. Like on Santa Ana, that was kind of Santa Ana's problem. Well, really where Santa Ana was at too. All the people was going to Fullerton. Like if you were kind of upper, you was going to Fullerton or
Riverside.
School. Yeah. Riverside was like an hour away, but Fullerton's not that far from Santa Ana. It's like 30 minutes. And then
30 minutes?
It's like 30 minutes from
Y'all played them, right?
Yeah.
How was that game?
They played Santa Ana played them every year.
And we got
tore up. We got tore the fuck up. That shit was crazy. No cap. It was like 70-20 or something.
Oh my God.
But I got player of the game for Santa Ana.
Oh, see that's what's up.
I had 4 catches for 198 yards.
Yeah, bro. Yo stats were
4 catches for 98. What's that? I don't even know. That's almost
4
like
catches
50, that's like almost 50 yards a catch.
Yeah. You was going crazy.
Hey, but that was one of the hottest. Might have been the hottest game I ever played in my life.
Yeah, the weather down there.
It was the very first game of the season, so it was like fresh, like the end of August type shit, September 1st or something. The turf was so hot we wasn't even supposed to play the game. The turf was like 160 degrees or something.
Feet burning.
Hey, my nigga had brand new cleats on. Never, first game of the season. Yeah. brand new cleats, never worn before. The bottom of his cleats melted off. Like the whole, the cleat part, it actually the plastic melted off, bro. And I was breaking. I don't throw up off shit. Yeah. That shit, that heat was just taking it out of me. It was crazy.
Y'all finished the game?
Yeah, we finished it, but they said we wasn't supposed to play the game. They said
we got to play. That's why we lost.
We got nah. Fullerton. Hey, you thought Butte had a program. I ain't really, But you think Butte has a program? Fullerton was bringing up their third strings was like our starters. Like they had like 2 quarterbacks. Niggas just getting hurdled. It was like seeing that from the sideline. I'm like, because receiver, I'm killing. You guys ain't messing with me, But just watching everything unfold.
You like, they like that.
I'm like, the third string, they're bringing in a whole new group. It's just way better than
almost the same as first string.
Bro, they was bringing third string people, and it was like the no drop off, and that's JUCO. I ended up hooping at Santa Ana too.
How that was?
Yeah, that shit was.
Oh, you did? Because you used to play ball, bro. We used to go hoop
I ended up hooping at Santa Ana. That was lit.
That was
just being able to play because really basketball is like my true. That's like
because you had all the little kicks, you had the Kobe's. I remember that.
That's my little shit. It's real bad. It's basketball. Like that was what I always grew up liking to play. My dad really had forced me to play football, and then I didn't fuck with it like that. And then once I got done,
you stopped with it.
Well, really, I wasn't even going to play in high school. And then my 8th grade year, I played for a different team. I switched up my team. And then I was killing. Like, they actually started giving me the ball, just different shit. Like, I was kind of evolving. Yeah. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to rock with it. I'm going to play football. And really, just, hoop is like, if you want to get to the next level, it's hard to be, I'm about to get 6 foot, 6'1". Mm-hmm. You got to be about 6'4", 6'3", unless you're just something crazy jumping out the gym or, got crazy, crazy shit, unless you're like a generational player, shit like that.
No, that is.
Football, you have more because we got one position, Like you got to be better than however many receivers or, there's 11 players on the field. Well, really, there's 22 positions, You have a lot more chances than 5 players on the court.
Cool, right.
And you got 12. Like how many? At Middleton, we had like 100 people on the roster. Football team, there's hella.
Bro, because at Butte, we had almost about that number.
Yeah, if you have like a real program with a lot of people, like it'd be like 100. Football, you can't, Football, you gotta have a lot of people because then you gotta have second string for all those 22.
Yeah.
So that's automatically what 44.
44, yeah.
And then you gotta have an extra, some extras,
more receivers, little extra linebackers,
extras, all that.
Oh, bro.
Football, that's why I would say football. Oh no, that's one of the hardest sports.
That's why I feel like I wish they get paid more.
Yeah, especially for putting their bodies on the line. That's why, like the college, I'm happy that all that. Really, it happened once I left, but I'm happy all that NLI and all that because in college, that's like I said, football is like a job. It's treated like a job. You got to go. If you're not at school, you got to go to meetings. You got to go to workout. You got to go to practice. Then you got more meetings. Then you got walkthroughs. Then you got practice on Saturday, practice on Sunday. Like, bro, it was crazy.
That Sunday stuff blew me my first year. Like, God, I'm like,
oh yeah. It's all. You think you got an off day, but the off day is coming in and watching film.
And getting treatment too.
And you have to get treatment.
Mandatory.
If you don't get treatment, your ass ain't playing. Yeah. Like they used to be on that shit.
See, that's
for sure.
They told me
and then that. At Middleton, there was only like, I had some experiences there. Everywhere we went, police escort. Everywhere, every time our bus went for going to the airport, we have a private little plane. We went to the private plane. But there's only 75 people making a plane. So there's like 110 on the team. There's only like 75, 60 making a plane.
So everybody else had to stay.
I don't even know if it's 70, bro. It might be like 50. 50. The first, you remember how I said I was scout team?
Yeah.
The first like 2-3 weeks, bro, I didn't even go to the game.
I knew you like, what's going on?
I wasn't even there, bro. Hey, they're all hopping on the bus there. to go to the game to the house.
No, bro. Go to the
I said,
crib.
this shit ain't it. I said, we gotta figure something out. This shit ain't it. Whoa.
You say I gotta get another player.
We gotta do something, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, I went from I was just an All-American.
Exactly.
Not even a year ago.
Yeah.
I'm like, something got
to put up some crazy numbers. What your was at 15?
It was really like high 14. It was like 1490 something. About like 14, 15 tubs, like 70 catches.
And I feel like you could have got more.
Oh, really? Yeah, for sure.
Especially you play.
It's like if they wanted, really, that was just like, I got targeted a lot for sure. But it's not like we truly ran. I don't feel like we truly ran the offense.
No,
to me.
Yeah.
Like if we would have, if they
like
really kept, if I would have had 10 catches or like 10 targets a game.
Oh, you would have had probably. You could have had $2.
Yeah, for sure, $2 for sure. But also our league wasn't that good. But it didn't, like I said, Fullerton, they was like, that's one of the best programs.
You did all that against them.
So like, I'm not. And then I remember we won our team. When I first got there was really Santa Ana. The reason why I went to Santa Ana, that was the only team that I sent out an email to every coach. That was the only team that responded to me.
That's a blessing.
My guy, his name Coach Jones. He responded to me.
Shout out to Coach Jones.
And then he was like, "Shit, we don't got no living or nothing, but if you can figure that out, yeah, we'd love to have you." I was down in Cali one week. I pulled up on him, met him and stuff. I was like, this shit's not. I'm like, this is not. Butte, we was in the middle of nowhere. You're going past mountains with nothing on them. Nothing. Just sand, it looked like.
For 30 minutes.
So then I'm pulling up, I'm like, oh, we got a pool outside. I'm like, oh yeah, the unis is nice, but there was 1 and 9. When I got there was 1 and 9, but I was like, at this point, I got kicked out of Butte. I don't got, I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I was supposed to go to Riverside at first, but then the coach stopped talking to me out of nowhere. So then that shit, once I moved to Santa Ana,
it was like meant for you to go there, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
You probably got a record up there.